actually don't even recommend you get an LLC until you can consistently make a certain amount of income. And it doesn't have to be high. It could be like $1,000 or $5,000. But the last thing you want to do is put yourself on the federal government's radar if you can't consistently create income. And it's not funny, but it's like people really just be out here forming LLCs. Like, you know, the federal government is coming for you, right? They want their check. And the last thing you want to have to do is pay taxes if you're not making money in your business. You don't want to have to pay taxes for your business out of your personal pocket. So welcome to this video. My name is Kayla. I'm going to be teaching you a few things you want to do when you are just starting out a business and how to grow your business. So let's get right into it. What you're going to do is focus on 3 of your customers' pain points. 2 of them should be something that your product directly solves, and another one could just be something that brings engagement to your page. For example, I have a natural hair care business, so something that people in my industry struggle with is growing their hair and moisturizing their hair. Those are 2 huge pain points that I'm going to forever create content around. And for your business, you have to really wrap your head around the idea that it's not going to be you're changing your content every week. Like, you're going to have 2 to 3 things that you're always going to be creating content about. And it gets boring, it gets repetitive, and sometimes you're going to feel like you're doing something wrong. But no, like, literally that's it. And then the other thing, so I might teach about like food that grows your natural hair, which I don't directly sell food, but I know that topic. People love seeing steamy hot food on their timeline. So if I can post something like that and say, hey, these are the foods that help you grow your hair, that's going to bring a ton of engagement to my page. So you're going to have 3 topics. 2 of them are going to be directly solved by your product, and one of them is going to bring a bunch of engagement to your page and a bunch of followers and build community, right? And they should all bring engagement and community to your page if you're doing it right. But that one thing is really gonna hit home. You're gonna have to do a little bit of market research, and this doesn't happen like overnight all the time. So it might take you a week or 2 to really figure out what the pain points are and make sure they're solid. Make sure you can consistently create content around those 3 topics, because that's really it. Like, brands are not constantly coming out with new pain points to sell their products for, right? Like, people are not gonna have new problems at this point with their hair. Like, it's the same thing for decades and decades and decades. So that's really what you're gonna want to do with your business, is find those 3 popular pain points while you are growing your business and figuring out how to create content, which is gonna take you a little bit. If you're like brand new at this, even if you're not brand new, you've been doing it for a while, if you're still not getting the results you need, it's okay. Creating good content that resonates really does take a little bit of time to learn, but it can be easier once you know what the heck people want to see, which is those pain points, and really put that at the beginning of your videos, at the top, so people can see it. Like, hair growth, people are gonna stop because people are mad at their mamas for putting the perm in their hair 25 million trillion years ago. So they're always gonna stop to learn how they can grow their hair, because it's a popular pain point. You're also gonna wanna take time to figure out where your audience is. And I mean, like, obviously they're on Instagram, obviously they're on TikTok, but who do they follow? Who are a bunch of your audience members following? Get a Google document and write down those influencers or blog pages at, because these are the people and businesses you're going to do promos with. You're going to want to do Instagram ads with these people, because you're going to want to put your product in front of them. If you do not know who your audience is following, if you don't know where on social media they are, you're going to be putting ads over here, but your audience is way over here. Just because this person looks like you and your audience doesn't mean your audience is following them. These are not things that are going to be like overnight. You really, like, there is no way around the foundation. There is no way around the work. But the thing is, like, once you do this, you're, I don't want to say set forever, but you're good, and you can kind of just build off of it. Like, once a week you can spend like an hour finding new market trends and things like that. Not trends as in your pain points are going to change, but trends as in, like, people might be doing a certain dance, or people might be creating content a certain style, and that's how you want to create your content. The next thing you're really going to want to focus on is building community. So the best way to build community is on a platform that you own, which is an email list or an SMS text message marketing list. You do not own Instagram. If Elon Musk was to buy Instagram right now and make all businesses pay $10 million to join the platform, what the heck are you gonna do? You gonna pay the $10 million? I'm not. But what I am gonna do is email my email list and say, hey, we're having a sale. And because I can do that, because it's my email list. So you're really going to want to either, post on your stories once or twice a week and get people to sign up for your email list. You can create like a free ebook or a free something, or just offer them a coupon code and have them join. I find that without promoting my list, just like getting a whole bunch of traffic to my page, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, people will naturally just sign up anyway, especially if you have that coupon code on your thing. So you really want to have a community because you own that, and at the end of the day, there's a lot going on in the world. You don't want to have to be affected by somebody else's poor leadership or judgment skills or just their decisions. So make sure you have an email list. Make sure you are promoting that email list. If you are a new business, make sure you're promoting it in general and have it easily accessible. Don't make people have to answer 10 questions to join an email list, because I promise you they're not. So make it simple, make it easy. Now we're going to talk about the traffic to your website. So a lot of people have these big goals, 10K months, and that's great, but do you know how much traffic you're going to have to get to your website in order to make $10,000? What you're going to do first is start with your conversion rate. What is your conversion rate? A lot of new businesses, the average conversion rate is like 1%. And if that's true for you, it's going to take you like, let's actually do the math real quick. I'm gonna pause. So assuming your average order value is $35 and you want to make 10K a month and your conversion rate is 1%, you're gonna need 28,000 people on your website just to hit $10,000. That's a lot of people, and a lot of times business owners don't realize that they do need that much traffic on their website. And there's also things you can do, like improve your conversion rate. But even if your conversion rate was like 3%, 5%, you're still gonna need tens of thousands of people on your website to even hit your goal. So the next thing you want to ask yourself is, how are you going to generate traffic to your website? And we're also going to talk about that in a minute, but I really just want to take a minute to give you some website tips. Things that affect your conversion rate are slow loading times. If your website takes forever to load, it's usually because of pictures. So make sure all your pictures are the same size. Make sure you don't have too many pictures. Make sure obviously your product pages are stellar, but don't have unnecessary pictures on your website because it's going to slow your website down. Make sure your checkout process is not too long. Make sure people don't have to enter too much information. Make sure you're not asking too many questions. Make sure your product page is clear, concise. Make sure you have questions that people are going to ask. They want to know how much you're shipping. So I usually like to include my shipping price somewhere on the website, on the products page. They also want to see reviews. If you don't have any reviews on your website, it's going to drastically affect your conversion rate. Another thing that affects your conversion rate in a positive way, though, is having PayPal on your website. But I do not recommend PayPal. I will never recommend PayPal. I'm going to tell you about it so that you can make a decision for yourself. But PayPal likes to hold money, and they will put your money on hold. They can put your money on hold at any given time without asking you, without telling you about it. And if you have $1,000 that you made over the weekend and PayPal decides to hold that money, they can release it to you over a period of a week, over the period of a few weeks, and you just never know with PayPal. So I did that with PayPal for a couple months, but I decided that I'm not going to do it anymore, and it didn't really affect my conversion rates too much. But if you're a new business with lack of social proof, it could be a benefit to you, but just know that your money will be on hold, especially when you just start. It's guaranteed. So choose your battles with PayPal. I don't know. Make sure your shipping rates are not too expensive. That's where a lot of people leave the products in the cart. If your shipping rate is $10 and your product is already $40, you got to fix that. You can make your shipping rate, I wouldn't make it more than $5, but just obviously shipping a lot of times is more than $5. So if yours is mine is $8, so just include the extra $3 in your product price, and don't go broke, but don't rob the people either. You know what I mean? So be fair and ethical with your business. So now we're going to talk about visibility. If you do not have a marketing budget, you're going to be limited to organic marketing, or some blog sites you can do an ad for $500, $1,000. That is really steep as a new business, but if you save up for it, it'll be totally worth it just to get your business in front of new people. And a lot of times with those blog posts, what it does is you can get sales from it, but a lot of times it just brings followers to your website. So you might get 100, 200 followers from that one post, and if your content is great, you know how to convert those followers, you make your money back pretty easily. So definitely make sure you're doing some type of marketing or saving for marketing if you don't have a marketing budget. If you do, however, you need to be doing ads with somebody, and that's what I said. You need to know where your audience is because you need to put your product in front of them. So influencers, blog posts, it's not a guaranteed result. That's why you need to do your research. I told you these things are not happening overnight. It's going to take you a little bit of time to really find who is a qualified candidate. And also what you want to do is lurk on their page and look at their other ads with other brands. Are there any brands similar to yours? And if they're not, how did the brands ads that they did have perform? Did they do well? Check the comments. Are the comments with bots, or are they real people? And what kind of people are commenting? What kind of people are liking the post? You know what I mean? So make sure these are real people for number one, and make sure they're your ideal customer, number two. Number 3, run Facebook ads if your content is great. If your content is not great, do not run Facebook ads, because all you're going to do is put money behind trash content, and people are going to see that and they're still not going to buy. So if your content is performing well, it's great to put money behind it as a Facebook ad, because it's going to keep bringing you in more money. So that's all I have to say about Facebook ads. I do have videos on Facebook ads, and I'm also launching a new business membership program where you can get direct coaching and mentoring by me in a Facebook group. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you subscribe so that you can be a part of that. And that pretty much sums up the video, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I will respond to you.